Hi, welcome to the 16th episode of Closing the Gap, how to become the person you want to be compared to the person you are right now. And I have a guest with me, a famous guest I just found on the street.
Famous!
Woo! Peace! Yeah. Okay, so the topic today is integrity. So we're going to talk a little bit about, we're both ENFPs, aren't we?
We are, sometimes a J.
Yeah, okay. I'm also a little bit of a T, I'm not going to lie. But anyway, so the topic is integrity, and we're just going to talk a little bit about how that's really important as a character trait, and how, it's something that I think is overlooked and people maybe don't even consider it, about how important it is for your own relationships and how important it is for just life in general to have the integrity where, your life really is transparent and your life really is the same on the inside as it appears on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on integrity? Do you have any thoughts in your life about how, integrity impacts you, or how you think that integrities maybe can be used?
I don't know why I have my sunglasses on. So, integrity. I think that if you're going to... The first thing that comes to my mind in terms of wanting to be integral is you need to be honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Because that applies to doing all things well in almost any area of your life. If you are a creative artist, if you are an entrepreneur, a business leader, if you are somebody who wants to have meaningful relationships with people, whether or not it's a spouse, significant other, if it's family, you want to be honest with yourself, because we were kind of talking about having the peace of going to bed at night, contently.
Yeah, there is no softer pillow than a clean conscience, according to a French
Right.
proverb.
Yes.
So, how do you cultivate that in your life? How do you make sure that there's nothing in your life that is kind of you're lying about, I guess? The first thing is, like you said, is how can you be honest with yourself and say, hang on, do I really think that? It's even as small as beliefs, isn't it? Do I really believe that?
Mm-hmm.
Or do I really want to do that? Is this really the right way to live my life? Almost knowing what it is that you believe in order to be able to live the life that you want to live and not just live a lie, I guess.
Right. If it's settled in your heart, then you're going to not settle for anything else. I know it sounds kind of easy to say, but if you made up your mind what it is you really, really, really want, and you can only do that by being truthful with yourself, you're going to be honest with everyone else. You're not going to apologize for what you think or feel. And it's going to come out in everything that you do and everything that you produce.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not happy with what you're producing, why don't you look at the inside of what's going on? Because if you want to actually be a person of integrity, not just for the sake of integrity, because it's a moral standard in society, it's more of actually being happy and being true and being the fullest of who you are.
Yes.
And what you were made to be.
So true.
Be honest with yourself and ask yourself the hard questions. Am I doing what I really enjoy? Am I producing what is to my personal satisfaction? Does it match my taste, or does it? If I were on the receiving end of what it is I'm producing, and it can be anything. It could be a product that you're making as an entrepreneur. It can be music. It can be even the love that you showed other people. If you're happy with it, then great. There's probably some things that are already settled in your heart. But if there comes a point where you're just not satisfied and you're discontent, then you got to start with you. If people even feel like you are not integral, if people feel that maybe you are sketchy and are not consistent, there's something going on inside of you that is not lining up.
It's the value systems inside that they're just not in line. You don't know what you think, maybe.
You really need to ask yourself what's important to you. And I know that these are kind of broad, general statements that we're saying, but whatever it is that you're going through in your life where you feel as though, gosh, my work is not really, for example, I'll just use me. By skill, I am a web developer, I'm a web designer, I know how to consult businesses on online marketing, and I can do a very good job of it. It's not exactly my passion, but I'm very good at it. So my skill sets that I'm really good at are not necessarily lined up with the things that I love. I have to be honest with myself and say, this is not what I love. It's not easy to do that because you can get your identity so wrapped up in it because it's what you do all the time.
And be good at it as well.
Yeah, especially if you're good at it. I mean, it would almost be like it's the people who chase money because they do something that they hate in order to make the money that they want to earn, but they still feel empty.
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself what's more important. living a full life without really making as much money, or does the money really make you that happy? And you can find ways to use that money for things that, it's like Viktor Frankl said when he was in the concentration camps in Auschwitz, man can endure any how as long as he knows the why.
It's true.
So if the why is not settled inside of you, it doesn't matter. It's almost like you're trying to be a good person. You're trying to be a moral person.
But why?
But why? And if you don't know the why, you know what? It ain't worth I'm serious. It's not worth being moral.
Yeah.
You're doing it for the wrong reasons.
It's true. So true.
You're being a good Christian man or a good Christian woman, but why are you believing in what you believe?
And that's when you see people acting out of integrity, isn't it? Because they don't actually know what they're doing, so they have no conviction to follow through on what they're doing, because it's not from their heart, it's not from their values, it's just what they think they should do. And then of course they can't. When something tempting comes along, or an option to like kind of not really stick with it comes along because it seems like a better option, of course you're going to go and do something different, because why wouldn't you?
Yes, you're living a lie, you're lying to yourself, you're not being integral to you, so how in the world can you be integral to anybody?
Yeah, preach it.
So basically I'm saying self-love. I'm preaching self-love. Self-love will actually cause you to love other people better, even though it sounds contradictory, because in general, we are taught not to do that. We're taught to, in all fairness, we're taught to esteem other people higher than ourselves, and to think lowly of ourselves. But that's not really helping anyone when you're supposed to love people as you love yourself.
Amen.
So you really do need to start with yourself first in order to be able to be effective and leave something lasting that is meaningful. Because I tell you, you can do something that is going to make you peanuts and just be nothing more than pennies, but the impact that you leave on people will last forever. And I'm not just saying
you'll sleep well at night.
You will sleep well at night. You will die with contentment. You will not be afraid to die.
You'll probably have friendships as well. Probably have real relationships, which are really important.
You might actually make a friend.
Like a friend? Rather than making strangers along the street like I've just met you.
Right.
I'm glad we met because you had a lot of good stuff to say, so thank you for that.
There you go.
Check out his website. Mm-hmm.
Check out my website. What is my website?
Jammed.
It's jammed, jamd.tv. I am actually relaunching a new site. It is dmauthority.net, which stands for Digital Media Authority. It's a new
That's what he is.
So check that out. It's a new little blog, and then you can learn more about
anything you want.
Anything you want. Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much.
All right. Cheers,
Bye,
guys.
everyone.